Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Grille. It's a tier 5 German SPG, and this one's located on the northeast spawn of Live Oaks under the command of Fork U. Yes, it's another one of my replays, I'm afraid. One of my alternate accounts, and I'm playing the Grille. Now, this is a vehicle which uses the same chassis as the Lightviz 38, the chassis that was built by the Czechoslovakians at Pilsen, which also was used for the Marders, the Hetzers, and in this case the Grille. Well, it's mounting a 15cm howitzer. It's quite a reliable heavy field artillery mounted in this chassis. And the Germans made quite a lot of use of their Grilles during the war. Okay, now you can see I've just moved across the railway line, set up near a bush, and I'm going to fire from this position. Okay, now I'm pre-aiming over the far side. See a tree go down. Okay, so I'm now firing. That's the maximum range of this Arty at the moment because it is one of my alternate accounts, so I'm still building it up to speed, but I can see where that tree went down, and that's more than likely a TD's behind it, but I'm holding fire until I have confirmation of where that TD's got to. So you see, it's a flattened reticule. That means that it's maximum range. I fired a round in speculatively, and it lands nearby, but there was no damage. Reload time is 20.28 seconds, so it's quite long. And that Cromwell's just taking a few hits there. I think he overextended himself. I'm going to drive a little further south because I'm not getting the range I need to hit some of the enemy tanks. So I'm changing bush. And now I'm looking into the town. And there's a T-3485 in there, facing off against one of our heavies, KB-122, dialing in on target. A few seconds to go before I'll be ready to shoot. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, rounds out. And the wipeout! Only 4 hit points, but it did take him out of the game completely. If you let the gun dial in on the aim, then you're much more likely to get accurate shot will do the job. And in that case, by leaving it just those few extra seconds, it made it possible. Now that Cromwell is moving a bit too fast at the moment because the problem with the Grille is it's got a rather narrow gun arc, and if you try to follow a vehicle and the vehicle moves, you can see I got reticule bloom there because the vehicle had to move in order to realign, and that can make the shot inaccurate. Okay, we've got an E25 hiding behind the house, but he is receiving fire, so I fired at the corner of the house to try and splash him, and it just hit the top of the house instead. So that's a bit of a wasted shot, but let's have a look to see what else we can fire at. Well, we've got a Wizzy 131 GFT, tier 6 Chinese tank destroyer, and he's using that ridgeline at the moment, so I can dial in on that position. Rounds out. Well, it landed where he was, but he's not there anymore. Now he's just moved out of range. You see I've got a flattened reticule, so I can't hit him. But over on the far side, we've got an AMX ELC. Well, I'm going to adjust position again to try and get him within range. Okay, so I'm going to use this bush as a firing position now. And I've got a target I can shoot at. A T-34, a tier 5 Soviet medium. Dialing in on that position. It looks as if he's going to pull away. So I'm holding fire temporarily until I can see him again. Ah, now there's that AMX ELC biz. Tier 5 French light, rounds out, and he moves through the position, and he gets splashed for 118 hit points by it. Oh, KB-122 is moving up. I think he's going to try and take a shot. Or is he? No. Well, I'm reloading as fast as I can, and I notice that over in the distance there's a Tiger 1. He's taking a lot of fire. Rounds out on him, and it lands behind him and tracks him, and I'm picking up some damage assist. And the other Arty are also firing in. And he's gone. Amarat blew his turret off completely. So we're 2 tanks up on the enemy at the moment, but we've cleared the city. But unfortunately the railway line is now in the control of the enemy. So I'm going to have to move because they're headed up this way. And I'm sure my colleagues know. Yes, they are. They're pinging the map to say, look, the railway line's in their control. And the best thing I can do at the moment is relocate over to the town where the main attack force is. And hopefully some of my team will follow me. As you can see, when I move like this, sometimes I've got my gun raised. And this is to ensure that I don't accidentally shoot one of my teammates. It really does help, I can promise you. Accidental firings of an Arty can sometimes ruin somebody's day. And we can see that the M44 is adjusting his position over there, but okay. Well, I've got a new firing position, and this time round I'm going to look at that SU-100 because he's within range. And maybe I can splash him. If he stays where he is, I fire a round in, and yes, I do get a splash. 46 hit points. And he's taken some fire while he was stunned, so I picked up some more points. Now, a lot of people say, oh, Arty always sits at the back of the map. Not true. Some Arty players do move about the battlefield quite a lot. And you can be surprised how funny it is when you see the enemy gets a sudden shock that they've been hit from a direction they never really expected to get hit from. Now, we've lost most of our attack force. In fact, the Comet is the only one on this side of the map now, as well as the KV-1. And one enemy did appear up the railway line, but we still got a force over near our cap area. Now, I fired around him where I last saw an enemy tank, and yes, there was. The M44 on the enemy team was in that position. So I've counter-batteried the M44. But there is another enemy Arty out there, and that one is a 105 Le FH-18V2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, otherwise known as Fifi La Pew Pew. So I'm moving position again, and I'm going to move over to the Comets because there's a good firing position over there in the woods, and from there you can get shots on the railway line. Comet's reluctant to go forward because there's an E25 somewhere about, and I'm sure he doesn't want to get suddenly hit by that E25 and filled full of holes by somebody he can't see. Well, there's the Turan. He's been spotted, he's within my range, and I'm now adjusting to shoot to him. Okay, I've indicated him as my target to let my team know what I'm doing. And I'm dialing in on where I think he's headed. I'm leading shot now on the enemy. Changes course, but I still stun him. But he's pulled back again, so we can't see him. So I'm hoping either the Comet or the KV-1 will get sight of where he is. And I'm just adjusting my position again. If I can get a bit closer, I might get a better reaction time. And there's the Turan. Dialing in again. Okay, he seems to be doing the same thing again. Changing position and then going up. And he looks like he got hit by one of our Arties. I dial in around on where I think he's headed. And I did get some splash. 37 hit points. I think I tracked him as well. Unfortunately, the E25 just killed our KV-1. Our Hellcat's moving up. And the Turan's being killed by the Comet. So I'm loaded, but nothing to shoot at yet. Okay, Comet's coming back to where he was. And the Wizzy 131 GFT's been spotted. And him wiped out by the Hellcat. That leaves just the E25 and that 105 FH-18U2, that Fifi. Now somebody's pinging the map near the railway bridge. I suspect that they think that somebody is down there. The Hellcats pulled back to our cap area. I'm going to use the bushes like I originally intended, because I'm hoping we'll get sight of the E25 and I'll be able to do something about him. Comet's moving up. He's having a look. He's had a look through the dip, and I think he's going to try and go through the forest, see if the enemy Arty is in there. Well, I fired around at that corner just in case somebody was sneaking in that corner, waiting to fire from a bush, but nobody there, and I'm reloading. He hasn't found them yet. Oh, he's found the E25. Okay, I'm almost loaded. Can't fire yet because he's moving too rapidly, and now he's too close to my teammate, but I fire around in anyway, and I get 107 hit points of damage on the E25 and stun him, but it's not enough to slow him down. So I've marked him as my target, and of course I've lost sight of him. So I'm changing position again. I must say I'm more concerned at this moment about where that VP is. That 105mm gun is very deadly. It's a German light field howitzer. Now I'm anticipating the E25 is staying near his own cap. But there's the E25, he actually moved position and he's on the railway line over. And yes, I can see him lining up a shot. Rounds out, bit late, and it misses. But we can see the E25 trying to get back. My fellow Arty's also firing at him. The M44 was at the... No, it was our Fifi. Our Fifi fired. So we know the E25 is headed back into its own area. So I'm going to go into the middle of the map. Use the water in the bushes. Again, it's unconventional, but it does work. The crew's got a good camo rating. It's got camouflage, and I've got a camo net. So it will be difficult for the enemy to spot me. And there's the E25 again. Okay, we're dialing in on his position. Try and work out where he's headed. Rounds out. Bit of a hasty shot there again. Hellcat's moving up on him. So's our Fifi. He's just coming round the corner. And he just took him around from the E25. Now, can I get a shot on that E25 as he comes round? Here he comes. And there's the enemy Fifi as well. I fire around in at the E25. Wound him. Track him for 76. And our Fifi goes in for the kill shot and takes him out. But there is the enemy Fifi. I've marked the target, but he takes out our Fifi. And I'm about to be reloaded. And it looks like their Fifi's stationary. Round out. And he takes the round. But I don't know how much damage it did. But I expect that it probably did a fair bit. Now, our M44 has gone all the way around the map. And he's now capping. I'm reloaded. I'm going to shoot another round in the moment I'm reloaded, just in case he's still there. No, he's not there. And that is the 2-minute hooter. So I realise I'm going to have to get into the cap with the M44, and I should drive through the water to get to him. The steep water here as well. Out the other side. And gun raised as usual. Now, the question is, where is that VP going? Is he heading north? Or is he heading back to his own cap? He knows that the M44 is in the cap. If he does come back and there's two Arty waiting for him, because it is an Arty on Arty battle, he's going to get a bit of a surprise. He's got one 155mm gun and one 15cm gun to his 105mm gun. And the moment he's spotted, we'll shoot him. But the thing is, he's got a better view range than we have. But we've got 16 seconds left on this cap, and there's only 1 minute left to cap out. So I'm heading into the cap area. We should complete very quickly. 2, 1, and we finished the cap. without killing the Fifi, but we prevented him from getting a reset. So that's the end of the battle. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for the Grille. I also picked up a demolition expert because I did manage to cause one tank to literally explode. I believe that was the M44. I literally blew him up in his own area after pinning him down, after working out where he was. I also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 12. And that was all. The win rate for that game, 2283. Wasn't particularly high, but it was a tense battle, I can tell you. If we look at the team scores, you can see that I didn't get the highest amount of damage in the game. That went to the Wizzy131 GFT. He managed 2,013 hit points on the enemy team. He picked up the high caliber and a Confederate. But when it came to the battle, I managed to get 883 hit points of damage, and the M44 managed 379. When it came to kills, it was the Fifi on the enemy team managed to do well. He got 5 kills, the E25 managed 4, and the best we could do on our team was our Fifi, who managed 3 kills. I managed to get 2 kills, and the M44 managed to get 1. And when it came to base XP, I was right at the top of the table, 972 base experience points. Then we had the KB122, who managed 630, and then we had the Comet, who managed 580 base experience points. Let's have a look at detail. I fired 18 rounds during that game and got 3 direct hits, 1 penetration, and 13 splash. Damage of 883 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. I damaged 9 of the enemy, but killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance of 719 hit points, and stun assistance of 643 hit points off 12 stuns. I also managed to get 6 capture points whilst I was in the cap. Now, I earned 38,390 credits, got 6,910 for completing the mission and events, so my total came to 45,300, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly cheap for this Arty because it is a tier 5, I actually took away 36,210 credits, which is not bad for a tier 5 Arty. I earned 1,458 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, got 394 for completing the mission and event, so I took away 3,310 experience points altogether. And shout out should go to the M44 because he managed to pick up an invader for capping. And in fact, it's a good job that he did get into the cap because it would have taken that Fifi a little while to drive back, but he put the pressure on the enemy Fifi to return. And we're not sure what actually happened to him. We never got in contact with him afterwards to find out where he went, but I'm sure he was aware that we were capping and just wasn't able to get back in time. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.